Today is the end of an era. Fabric.com is gone. Welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jen. This channel is all about making sewing and crafts fun and approachable, and I cannot believe it, but today Amazon has announced that it is shutting down Fabric.com. This is the online fabric outlet. We all know, we all have ordered from there. We've got good, we've got comically bad stories, and it is no more. First of all, I'd like to say RIP Fabric.com. And also, let's have a quick moment of silence for the demise of this online shopping site. I literally cannot believe it. So first, we're just going to go to what you will see if you go to the Fabric.com website now. Fabric.com, an Amazon company. As of October 20th, 2022, we will no longer sell products on Fabric.com. Thank you so much for supporting our business over the years. We appreciate the role we played in bringing your creations to life and wish you the best as you continue to make this world a more beautiful place with your handmade designs. And we encourage you, Amazon.com continues to offer more than 1 million fabrics and sewing supplies, and we encourage you to explore the Amazon Fabric Shop to meet your creative needs. Let that sink in. I was really surprised to hear this. And just on a personal note, when I first started sewing, it was about 9 years ago, Fabric.com is one of the first places I ever bought fabric from. And one thing I really did like about the site is it had a wide variety of fabrics. You can often find online fabric stores that might specialize in certain things, like they sell quilting cotton, pre-cuts, knit fabric, woven apparels. But it's not often you can find a fabric store that sells pretty much everything under the sun. Fabric.com really was kind of a one-stop shop, and because the website was so big and it was such a big company, they were able to offer typically the lowest prices. I imagine because they were really going more on volume sales than maybe specific profit margins per item, something like that. But this is crazy. I cannot believe it. I started seeing some rumblings this was happening yesterday. So I did email the Amazon PR department, and I emailed Fabric.com to try to confirm this independently and get it kind of straight from the company versus like hearing things, wherever. And of course, they didn't get back to me. I guess they don't consider me a media outlet. Thanks, Amazon. But then I saw, so earlier today, I've been keeping an eye on this story. I mean, this is the Sewing Report. I will report on relevant industry and community news. And I'd seen, so I had actually DM'd with Fabric.com's Instagram account yesterday. I said, hey, do you have a specific email address for your PR department? And they said Amazon handles it. And I said, okay, thanks. Then I noticed this morning, Fabric.com, the Facebook page seemed to have disappeared. So like when previously when you went to it, you got the Facebook page. And when you went to it today, it said it didn't exist. So I was like, okay, that's probably somewhat confirmation that this is actually happening. Then I noticed that their Instagram page had also been yeeted. So you can they no longer have an Instagram account at all. I'll check. I want to see, let me check real quick. They do have a YouTube channel. I'm very curious to see if that still exists. Hold on a second. Let me see if that's still there. I thought they had one. I don't see it. So I wonder if they've gotten rid of it. Because at one point they did have a YouTube channel. And I'm searching by channel and I'm not. Like the first thing that comes up is actually this live stream when you type in fabric.com. So yeah, it does look like like everything's been wiped out. All of their social media presence is just totally gone, which is sort of nuts because I think they did have a they had a fairly large social media presence. So you would think maybe Amazon could use that for something else, but apparently not. So yeah, this is actually real. This is happening, and this is just like totally unexpected. I mean, I'm sure behind the scenes this has been going on for a while, but I only started hearing inklings of this news yesterday, and then today they just totally pulled the plug. So when you go to the site, it just directs you to the Amazon fabric, the online Amazon fabric store. So how does everybody feel about this? Like what I want to get your reaction in the chat and in the comments if you're watching this on the replay. What's your what's your initial thought to the end of fabric.com? And I mean, if a company that's that's a subsidiary of Amazon can't even make it, what does that mean for like the independent fabric shops or the smaller shops? I sell fabric in my Etsy shop. Like, I wonder what this means as kind of an overall trend for the sewing and fabric industry. And also, like, yeah, I don't know. This is just, I didn't really get a lot of I haven't even gotten much of a chance to think about this because it just happened. I've been keeping an eye on this, and then I went to take a shower, and then when I got out of the shower, I went to the fabric.com site, and then I saw that message, and I was like, well, okay, I guess that's happening. So let's pull that back up. So yeah, this is what you get now when you go to the fabric.com website. You just get like we're no longer selling products. Now, when you do go to here, I'll go to it real quick. It does push you to the Amazon fabric shop, and that is actually linked below in the description box if you want to check out. It kind of seems to me like what they did was they just took all of the existing inventory from fabric.com and then just kind of migrated it over to the overall Amazon site. So I guess it seems like they're just trying to like merge things. I also want to just say, you know, I'm thinking about all of the fabric.com employees and everyone that's affected by this closure. Obviously, this is, you know, especially right before the holidays, really Amazon? Jeff Bezos, do you not have enough money? I don't know. But yeah, so for all the fabric.com employees, you know, hopefully you're able to find other work. I did see something in one of the articles saying that they might try to move some of these employees over to Amazon, you know, other parts of the company. And I do hope they do that, but to lose your job right before the holidays, it's pretty shitty. So I'll just say that. But man, so when you go to and I don't remember seeing this page before today, so it looks like Amazon has built out like a page. And again, it looks fairly similar to fabric.com, what it was. They have the same sort of brands like Shannon Fabrics, Telio, Kaufman, Riley Blake, Robert Kaufman, Timeless Treasures. And one thing a lot of people did like about fabric.com was they liked the search filters. I actually really appreciated that. And they just had such a vast selection. And again, and the other thing is that a lot of the popular fabric manufacturers, fabric.com was one of their biggest customers. So this is going to have a bigger impact overall on the fabric industry because, you know, and I don't know if maybe I'll go to a Verge article because they've done something on the shutdown, but they were even saying, you know, who knows if Amazon is still going to continue to go down this road and sell fabric by the yard. And from what I was reading online is that a lot of them like didn't really, I think Amazon did not like the factor of the business that's the labor involved in cutting fabric by the yard. Obviously, that takes manpower, and Amazon is all about efficiency, and that is something about the fabric industry. When you're selling fabric by the yard, there is a human component that needs to happen. And we've all gotten that experience where you've gone to Walmart and gotten fabric cut, and if the person cutting the fabric doesn't know anything about sewing or quilting, that can be a disaster too because they'll cut the fabric off grain. they'll shortchange you, they won't cut it right, or, you know, they might not give you enough fabric. So, I mean, I can imagine for fabric stores that is difficult, especially when selling fabric is not your core business, like Amazon or Walmart. I can see how that might be a little bit, you know, challenging. So that's that. But man, that is just, how crazy is that? But okay, I think we're going to another article here. But yeah, I mean, that's just, here we are, and there's no more, literally no more fabric.com. So, all right, we're seeing a few comments here. Yeah, this is like Coffee with Kelsey. This is completely, I was really surprised. And I've generally, I was looking at some Reddit posts about this earlier today, and a lot of people had some negative experiences with fabric.com, like with their order. I don't think I've ever had like a really heinous experience with fabric.com. I've had worse experiences, to be honest, ordering fabric from Joann's. But you know, I'm sure things happen, especially if you are, if you're hiring people to cut fabric that don't know anything about sewing. And that, I imagine that can be hard to find because not a ton of people sew. I know to us it feels really popular, but then when you go out into like the general population, you know, let's be real, most people just don't do it. So let me know in the chat in the comments, I want to hear your fabric.com stories, the good, the comically bad, what you'll miss about fabric.com. And also if you have any predictions for Amazon and fabric, like are they going to maybe like phase that out, sort of like IKEA phased out fabric sales? I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is just, I'm like, what the hell? So I'm here, I've got my water. You know, I had to kind of try to get ready quick. So we'll keep talking about fabric.com for a while. And towards the end of this stream, I also have a couple like housekeeping announcements that I want to get to about the sewing report. So if you want to stick around for that, I've got some exciting things in the works, and I want to share some of that with you because there's a lot going on. We're getting into the holiday season, and okay, somebody gave a thumbs down to Amazon. Yeah, it was based in Kennesaw, Georgia. I actually used to live kind of close to where fabric.com was, and back in the day when I was first starting out this channel, believe it or not, one of the marketing people with fabric.com asked me to meet them for coffee, and she wanted to, you know, chat with me about my thoughts as like a consumer. So we actually did meet up, and yeah. All right, this is a good comment. The sewing fabric stores here in Missouri are dying, mostly killed by Joann's and Walmart. Then the options in those big stores are sharply limited when the local options are gone. And no shade to Joann's and Walmart, but the quality of fabric on fabric.com was overall better. Like they had more designer stuff. They had the quilting cotton that you can't buy at Joann's. So I mean, really, I don't feel like I don't feel like fabric.com and Joann's were really equivalent, just because the level of product they offered was different. Fabric.com also sold a lot more like higher end fabrics, a lot more name brand stuff. And, you know, I mean, this is total bummer. I mean, I'm just not, now we've got one less good option for fabric, I guess. And also, you know, a little bit later on, I'll also share some recommendations for other online fabric stores that I've had some good luck to. But, you know, I mean, for a lot of people, fabric.com is actually their best option for fabric, especially if you don't live, like, making new dreams come true. I get it. I live in LA, so access to fabric is not an issue. Lots of jobbers in the fashion district. And yeah, if you're lucky to live in LA, amazing. A lot of people actually just don't have a lot of access to that kind of supply. Hopefully this closure helps small quilt shops. That would be my hope as well. If there was any silver lining, I think one downside is that because Amazon is such a big company and they can sell on volume, they can charge less, and that does undercut like your small independent quilt shops, your Etsy sellers like me. I have to try to make my prices competitive, and a lot of people are very dependent on price And I totally get that, especially as we head into this period where we've been dealing with some inflation and, possibly some rocky economic times that, money doesn't grow on trees. And I think, yeah, I don't know. It's just nuts. I only have Walmart, but shop 99.8% online. That is me too. I do most of my shopping online. So taking away the option of fabric.com is definitely like kind of a bummer for sure. I'm like, what the heck? So I don't know. I mean, this is just nuts, guys. So yeah, but I've also linked that Verge article in the description box if you want to read it. And there were also some claims in the article that fabric.com allegedly had been a little bit spotty on paying vendors like the fabric manufacturers, and yeah, so maybe they've been having some, maybe they just weren't making as much money as Amazon wanted to. I don't really know. I'm not going to try to speculate too much, but it's just so crazy. So you guys know I had to jump on a live stream and try to get into this stuff. You know me. So we're here. I hope everyone's having a good evening. It's fall, so I thought I would sort of decorate my little set here. I've got a little pumpkin. I got it from Kroger. I also feel like my outfit today is like super Florida. So I've got this I like this sweater, by the way, because I feel like it makes my waist look smaller. And it kind of makes my shoulders look broad. So that's a win. And I've also got my, I have these alligator earrings, so I thought I would wear those today. But yeah, we're just hanging out, and I thought we could chat about this. Okay, let's read a few comments. Thank you guys for the comments, by the way. All right, I tried to buy from them on October 18th. They sent me to Amazon to make my purchase and pushed Amazon Prime. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm sure this is not like an overnight decision. This has gotta been in the works for a while. So thanks, Jeff Bezos. All right, let's see. I work at Fabricland, a fabric retailer in Canada. Sad to see a fabric store go, even if I never shopped there. All right, this morning there was an article closing the end of the year. Now the article has been updated to say today. Yeah, it's today. You can no longer buy fabric on the fabric.com website, so it will push you to Amazon. A super bummer. I used to love browsing and would make bigger purchases of holiday fabrics. Do you still carry the glide thread? I really like it. Yes, I do. I have a variety pack. It comes with 6 spools, and it is available on the Etsy store. Everything. Okay. All right. Sorry, my camera. I've got a new camera setup. It's cool. I'm using my DSLR. The only caveat is that randomly, every once in a while, it shuts down for a minute. So that'll be really fun. Everything left is either struggling quilt shops or cheap mystery fabrics from the big chains. Cheap in quality, not price. Yeah, and again, no shade to Joann's. I'm just not. I don't buy a ton of fabric from there. I usually get it, from elsewhere. I am distraught. I just got into vinyl. Well, nesting dolls, you'll be happy to know I have just started stocking embroidery vinyl in the Sewing Report Etsy shop. It's called Luxe Sparkle Vinyl. You should check it out. It does come in smaller rolls, but it's great for embroidery. It is sewable. It's fairly flexible. It's only 2 millimeters thick, and it is machine washable and iron safe. So if you are looking for some smaller rolls of vinyl, maybe that would fit your needs. All right, and they had the best lime green. Oh, yeah, I love lime green. My most recent order was from Fabric Mart. They have always been good. I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon phases out fabric. Me either. Which would be unfortunate as it's definitely a convenient place to buy fabric, especially as the holidays get closer. I know, right? Yeah, they did have a really great selection. All sewers unite. We need fabric. Yes, we do. We need some more, and does this mean, I wonder if this means that the industry is shrinking? Is this a sign of the times? Are we going to see fewer, we've already seen some major chains like Hancock's shutting down. So, I don't know. This is a little bit ominous. Fabric Wholesale Direct is a good online fabric store, and they have very professionally labeled swatches. totally agree. I have ordered from Fabric Wholesale Direct, and they do have, like, they have amazing prices. You do have to buy quite a bit to get free shipping, and they are continuing to offer new stuff, so that's cool. I have not, the only thing, I did order some stretch taffeta, and I ordered the color black, and the dye started rubbing all over the place. So I've had some quality control issues with the fabric, but as far as my orders, they've always been pretty smooth, and I think their prices are good. Just the, like, that taffeta, and they kind of have like cheaper dupes of like more expensive fabrics. So they'll have taffeta, but it'll be polyester taffeta, which means it can be less expensive. Again, the only issue I had is that, especially with the black, like as I was handling the fabric, the dye started getting all over my hands, and it got all over my cutting mat. So I'm not really sure if it's like just that color, but I did have some weird issues with that. I think I saw a snippet of that final on Instagram. Looking forward to your video on it. Yes, I am working on it, but the actual product is available in the Etsy shop, and I have like, I think like a dozen colors, so I tried to order a lot of the colors. All right, Connecting Threads is also a great site. Yes, it is. And the other one I would recommend is called, there's one called Fashion Fabrics Club, and they sell a lot of like, I think it's more like a discount site. Like they sell like discontinued, I don't know if it's like discontinued stuff, but it tends to be like one-offs. Like the fabrics aren't really reorderable, but you can get some really good deals on Fashion Fabrics Club. All right, I'm trying to get to my other screen here. I don't know if that's gonna, don't really know if that's working out. Something's going on with my, all right, something's going on with my screen here. All right, I gotta try to fix this. But thanks everyone for joining me. We're having a good time, despite the sad news. All right, something's going on with my mouse here. All right, I'm trying to make this work here. What is going on here? All right, I'm gonna have to, all right, I'm giving this MacBook a shot. I've just had like, personally, I've had some real hit or miss luck with trying to use the iPad. Okay, I see what's going on. Yeah, I'm having real hit or miss luck with using it as like a display. So that's been kind of interesting. But all right, we're gonna try this. Let's try this again. Come on here. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. This is so frustrating. All right, here we go. All right, now we're going. All right, but yeah, let's go back to this Verge article real quick. So, and I also was a little peeved that they actually, The Verge, which isn't even like a sewing industry publication or anything, they got Amazon PR to write back to them, and I guess, you know, screw me, I guess. So look, it says Amazon confirmed the closing in an email to The Verge. Amazon PR, where's my email? I emailed you too, but I guess a YouTube channel with 96,000 subscribers means jack shit to Amazon. So, you know, I want to curse more, and probably I'm going to try not to, but that is a little frustrating. But yeah, so yeah, you can no longer order from fabric.com. And yeah, this article does have some good like background stuff, but I am wondering if the fact that you did have to actually cut, it looks like Amazon was trying to figure out how to sell more pre-cut fabrics, which again, as we all know as sewists, that doesn't always work. And again, I'm even running into that too, because cutting fabric is really labor intensive. And allegedly, it seems like fabric.com was trying to, or Amazon or whatever, was trying to push the labor of the cutting of the fabric to these vendors. And obviously fabric manufacturers sell fabric in bolts. They can't be cutting all this fabric just to send to Amazon. So, you know, I think that's a big part of it, just because there is that human component in cutting fabric that doesn't exist with a lot of other products. So that's sort of my take on it. I don't know. What do you think? Like, yeah, I think for now, here's my prediction. I think Amazon is going to try to sell out all of the stock on fabric from fabric.com, since they have it and they're sitting on it. They're going to try to sell it. After that, I get this weird gut feeling that they're going to try to phase out fabric by the yard and maybe just offer pre-cuts like fat quarter bundles, you know, like jelly rolls, charm packs, that kind of thing, and just get away from cut fabric. Also, like, do you really want some random Amazon employee to be trying to cut your fabric right? I don't know if that's gonna, I feel like they're gonna have a lot of quality control issues if they try to get some random Amazon employee in a warehouse, which I know there's an Amazon warehouse pretty close to me here, but I feel like that would be kind of a disaster. So yeah, we need people, not machines. And I mean, if machines could accurately cut fabric, maybe Amazon would stick with that, but because I don't see that going away anytime soon, I kind of get the sense that they're just going to phase out the custom cut fabric, because they're already, if you look on Amazon now, there's a bunch of these like overseas sellers that are selling what looks like super ridiculously cheap quality fabric in bundles, like fat quarter bundles. And it look like the stuff looks, I'm not going to lie, it looks pretty bad. So that's not a place I would probably go to get fabric. Lucky for me, because I am a fabric retailer now, I can buy at wholesale, which, by the way, maybe this is opportune timing, I don't know, but I just purchased a bunch of fabric this week that I will be selling in the shop. So, and that's the thing, yeah, they only cut the fabrics at certain locations and then ship it. Yeah, you can't do that everywhere. That's just like not gonna work at all. I would be okay with buying 5 or 10 yards of good quality fabric. Okay, that's interesting. So if they only sold like certain quantities, like 1 yard, 5 yards, or 10 yards, you would be okay with that and like getting the extra fabric. Some people, I think some people are and some people aren't. I would probably be okay with it if it meant the price. I think for me, it depends on the price too. If the price was like decent, I would buy a couple extra yards, especially since if there's a fabric that you really like, then you might want to have some extra. So, I mean, I would be okay with buying 5 yards if it meant they could keep the costs lower and, you know, it was a fabric I was really into. So, yeah, I don't know. All right. Oh, we got someone who works at Joann's. Sophia Thomas says, I work at a Joann and I don't even trust some of my coworkers to cut correctly for me. Don't know if I would trust Amazon to cut precisely for me. Ooh. Ooh, that's a burn. Oh, burn to Joann's, people. All right. Yes, that's a great option. And, you know, and I'll say this as someone who sells fabric myself, I don't offer fabric by the yard for the same reason, because it's so time consuming to custom cut for each order. At least if I'm cutting bundles, if I'm cutting fat quarter bundles or if I'm cutting half yard bundles, I can actually cut a bunch of them at a time. And I don't have to wait. Like, I think the thing that makes it more expensive and time consuming is the fact that you can't work ahead because you don't know what customers are ordering. So for me at this time, it doesn't make sense. I would need probably some like help to actually cut things by the yard. So that's why I'm personally not selling fabric by the yard, is just because, again, if I'm selling half yard bundles, I could take a day and cut out 50 bundles, but if I was to cut out 50 different customer orders, I wouldn't be able to be that efficient with time and doing it all in like assembly line style. So I totally get it, and I understand that that is a real challenge for Amazon, and you know, obviously it was too big of a challenge for Fabric.com because they're no longer around. So I mean, there was some real, I don't know, I mean, there's some shifts in this industry. It's pretty interesting. And and the other thing I've noticed too is, since I've been selling on Etsy and buying things from my distributors, is that the like suggested retail price of fabric has really gone up, especially since, you know, when I started sewing, like you could get fabric for like $10 or $11 a yard. Like that was like full, like maximum price. And now like it's like $13, $14, $14.50. So the price of fabric has certainly gone up. It's not getting any cheaper. And yeah, I'm really wondering where this is all going. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you for that. Yes, I'm going to be selling more fabric. I wish I could do fabric by the yard, but you know, unfortunately, I'm just not able to right now. So I'm going to have to. Although I do have some I have some really cute knit fabric prints that I got from Cloud9 Fabrics. They sell organic cotton, a lot of organic fabric. And I'm thinking about doing like 3-yard bundles of that, just because if you are buying knit fabric, you're probably making clothes. So like 3 yards is probably, so maybe I'll do like 3 yards or like 5 yards. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm still working on it, so we'll see. If you can buy wholesale, Rag Finders of California or Fabric Merchants Wholesale are good fabric sources. Thank you for that suggestion. Really appreciate that, Nesting Dolls. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, after cutting a bunch of fabric to sell, it's more time consuming than I was expecting. And there's a lot of other things about it too, because like, so for instance, I was cutting some half-yard bundles of the Peppermint Holiday Collection. And sometimes when you get a bolt of fabric, there'll be some imperfection in the fabric. Like there'll be like a, like a stray mark or like some weird different color thread in the weave. And I'm going to be real with you. I don't want a customer getting a piece of fabric that has an unusable part of it. So that has happened to me quite a few times. Just, and I don't necessarily fault the manufacturer, just because, I mean, these are not like perfect products. Like there's going to be slight like flaws with everything. But if I've had several instances where I've cut like a half-yard piece, and then when I look at the piece, I find like a stray mark on it, and I have to take that out of circulation because I just don't feel comfortable giving that to someone who's paying for it. So I don't know, like that there is some waste with cutting fabric, even because when you find that section, if I'm able to catch it before I actually cut it, I'll try to cut up to that point, and then I'll cut past it. And then I will try to find some use for the scraps, like use them for sewing samples or something. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. But I don't want my Etsy customers getting a half-yard bundle and then finding when they're pressing or trying to use that piece of fabric, they find a big black mark on it. That would really suck. I really don't want to do that to customers. So I've been eating, like, as a vendor, as a shop, I've actually had to eat the cost of all of the little imperfections I've been finding in these bolts of fabrics. So there's a lot more to it than I was expecting. It's been pretty interesting selling fabric and selling sewing supplies, but there is a lot of stuff to it that, is a little bit frustrating. All right, so it's not, the fabrics I'm selling, they're a little bit like thicker. Like if you've ever had Cloud9 knit fabrics, I really love their knit quality. It's a little more substantial, and it's also organic, and they also are a more environmentally friendly company. So I do really like them. So I have a bunch of prints, and I'm hoping to try to sell some knit fabric. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of, I'm just trying to figure out like how I'm going to sell this fabric, since I'm not really doing fabric by the yard. I would like to, guys, I really would, but I just don't think I'm able to right now, unless I had someone to help me with the shop. All right, do you sell coutil? I'm not sure what that is, so that would be a no, but if you can clarify, maybe in the future, I don't know. All right, we all need to learn how to upcycle. Before giving your clothes to Goodwill, consider using them for your projects. Good message, Veronica. Thank you for that. I totally agree. Even a hole in the fabric. Yeah, and I've had some, I've even gotten some bolts of fabric where, yeah, there's been like weird things in it. So I have to try to like cut around that so that it's not actually in the product I'm selling. And it's always such a bummer, especially when I cut bigger pieces and then there's like a big mark right in the middle that I didn't see. I'm like, screw that. All right, as a plus size sewist, I always need no less than 6 yards at a time, 7 to 10 yards for some dresses or especially extended sizes. Thank you for sharing that. I did not know that. But so yeah, like the 5-yard bundle would probably not work for you then, So you really would need like a large, you would almost need like a whole bolt of fabric for that. So, that's really interesting. I really appreciate you sharing that though. So yeah, like Amazon selling, I guess they were looking into selling like 1 yard, 3 yard, or 5 yard bundles. And for some people that's not enough and they do need a continuous piece. They would not, it wouldn't really work for some projects to get, 2-3 yard packages. So pre-packaging fabric just, is not super feasible. You can always sell the flawed scraps of fabric as a misfit pack at a reduced rate. So Chronic Crafter, interesting you should say that. I've thought about that. But apparently, and again, I haven't had too many issues with this, but I've been lurking on Reddit in the Etsy sellers subreddits, and a lot of people who try to do that, they end up getting upset customers because the customer doesn't read the description right, and they don't realize that they're buying flawed or seconds types items, and then they get upset and they leave a bad review. So I'm going to be real with you. A lot of people who sell on Etsy are kind of deterred from doing that for that reason. What I would probably do, here's what I would probably do. I would actually probably like maybe include that as like a freebie in orders. Like if I get together some like random scraps that have a lot of usable pieces, but I can't really sell as originally intended. What I'm thinking about doing is just, throwing a couple extra pieces into an order, for customers just as kind of a thank you thing. So at least, it would be free to them. So, I'm guessing they probably wouldn't care if there was a small mark, or I could cut around that piece and just maybe make my own like charm packs or like mini charms that are 2.5 inch squares, something like that. So, or I could sell some like kind of usable scraps. So I'm thinking about doing something like that. But from what I hear, a lot of customers on Etsy have kind of ruined that for the people that were doing that. So I haven't had too many problem customers, thank goodness. I have had a couple, and that's been kind of a nightmare. So yeah. Anyways, if you're kind of joining midstream, we are chatting about fabric.com, which is no more, RIP, fabric.com. And for all you joining me, thank you so much. So yeah, that's what's up. Nomorefabric.com. I'm probably going to, like, now that I can buy fabric wholesale, it's kind of awesome. So I can even buy stuff that I'm using personally, and I get it like at wholesale prices, which is great. The other places I'll probably still frequent are Fabric Wholesale Direct and Fashion Fabrics Club. I've also been kind of exploring Etsy shops. There are a lot of Etsy shops that sell pretty reasonably priced fabric, and you can find just about anything. So Etsy is actually not a bad place. If you're looking for like very specific fabric, I've been able to really track down a lot of cool stuff. Like I found a shop the other day that sells really cute sweater knit fabric, super cute colors, great like textures, and they also sell matching rib knit. So if you're buying like a pink sweater knit, you can get matching rib knit in the same color. So there are still options, I think, but again, of course, it is really disappointing that we as sewists have one less option to buy fabric. That really sucks. Okay, got some more comments. Purple Roses says, "Oh no, thank you. Where did their inventory go?" It's gone to Amazon's fabric storefront. There's a link. I put a link in the description box. It is an affiliate link. I'm an Amazon affiliate, in full disclosure. So it looks like they've transferred all of their inventory to Amazon for now. I think the big question that's up in the air for me is, are they going to continue to buy fabric moving forward? Are they going to kind of phase out the fabric, sell what they have, and then not really restock it? I think that's a real possibility. All right, I only had good experiences with them and used them for fabric options that were difficult to find. Here in Mississippi, fabric options other than quilting fabric are almost non-existent. Yeah. And like there's also like places like Mood Fabrics. I've ordered from them a couple times, but they're pretty expensive. So I wouldn't say that's a budget-friendly option. Because yeah, they do have some nice designer stuff, but yeah, it's like the mood prices are like really high. So I personally don't frequent them a lot. I'm not making a lot of couture type items, so I don't really have a need for mood fabrics. I'm also not like a fashion designer, but that is an option. I've just noticed it's not a cheap option. Veronica Nelson, I'm going to miss them. Yeah, I think we're all going to miss fabric.com. All right, I'm going to get some water real quick. Mood is ridiculously priced. Yeah, I'm so the two things I ordered from Mood Fabrics, one is a really nice Oscar de la Renta hot pink wool. It's still in the bag and I haven't used it. The other thing I ordered from Mood was, like, these were kind of ridiculous purchases, I'm gonna be honest, was like a mint green faux leather, and that I also have not used. So I had some ideas for projects for them and I just never got around to them. So I have not used either of the things I purchased from Mood. Oh, thank you. So these are actually not shoulder pads. This is actually just like ruffles in the sweater. So there's actually no shoulder pads, but I'm digging this shirt because it makes me look like I have actual shoulders and it makes your waistline look a little smaller. So I'm not going to complain about that at all. So I have a couple updates too. So a few weeks ago, I did a live stream talking about the this electronic cutting machine that looks a lot like a certain brand of crafting machine, a la Cricut. It's called the Locklick Crafter, and I have an update. So I've been in touch with the company, HTVRONT, that is going to be producing it. So there's now a Kickstarter page for the Locklick Crafter. So you can sign up to get notified, and I believe the Kickstarter is going to start, I want to say on the 24th or the 25th. So if you are interested in getting what is very obviously a dupe of the Cricut Maker, that is going to be available for pre-order soon. And I am hearing that I'm hearing that the launch price for the Locklick Crafter is going to be $99. I can't confirm that, but I have been talking to the company. And I think after like the initial launch price, I think it might be like $120. I think the full retail price of this product is supposed to be like $170. But if you compare that to the Cricut Maker, this is way cheaper. I mean, this is like less than half the price of a Cricut Maker. So if you're willing to kick in $100 to give this a shot, I don't know if the shipping and handling is included, it might be worth it just to see, you know, how good this thing is. So I have been talking to the company that makes the Locklick Crafter. So here's what I'm going to be doing. So they reached out and asked if I wanted to get a review product to sample. And y'all know how I am about sponsor content and like brand stuff. First of all, if you're new here, I do not do integrated videos for sponsorships. So I don't do like paid reviews. I don't do paid feature videos where I'm using a product. It's just not something I want to do here, so I don't do it. It's been a little bit challenging for me to navigate accepting free products. So my caveat for accepting free products is that the company can have zero control over the content. They can't tell me what to do. They don't get approval over the content. I can say anything I want about the product, like literally anything. So I only agree to accept free product if the company or the person sending it agrees to all of that. And to be completely transparent, a lot of companies are not comfortable with that, so then they don't end up sending me the product, which is fine. But when I've been corresponding with they have like a marketing firm that's handling like the stuff for this product launch, and they agreed to all of my terms. So are supposed to be sending me a locklet crafter. And the reason I decided to accept theirs instead of buying it was pretty much so I could get the product earlier. If I had to do the Kickstarter, I don't even know when I would be able to do the videos because I don't even know when they're going to be selling these things. But I felt like the trade-off of accepting the free product is that the value for you, the audience, would be that I would be able to get my hands on this earlier than the general public, so that hopefully it helps you if you're trying to make a purchase decision or check out this product, that hopefully the earlier I can get out the videos, the better for you if you're thinking about picking one of these things up. So I just want to be 100% transparent on that. This is not going to be a sponsorship of any kind. I have no contract with this company, and I can literally say if I want to throw this machine out the window, I can if I want to. So I like that this company is willing to let me do what I do and not restrict me in any way. So thumbs up to the locklet crafter people. I think that's really cool. So hopefully, I don't even know when they're going to be sending this thing. They're supposed to be having some sort of conference call for influencers where they share more information about the product. I know very little about it. Other than what I talked about in the first live stream. So I don't really have a lot of updates. Apparently, you will be able to use the locklet crafter offline, so you don't have to be connected to the internet to use it. And from what I understand, the basic software to be able to cut stuff is going to be free. Now, they do have some sort of membership. They have kind of their own version of the Cricut All Access Premium thing, where they have their own marketplace where they have different designs. I don't know the pricing of that at all, so I'm going to be looking into that. But I believe I believe they don't have any kind of paywall for you to just use the machine, and you should be able to use the machine if you're not connected to the internet. So hopefully this works out okay. I'll keep you guys updated. They're supposed to have some sort. I haven't really heard from them after the initial thread of emails. So that's supposed to be happening. So I'm really excited to review this because I do think it's interesting that there's a new game in town for that, could this be like a Cricut killer? If they're selling this thing for $100 to $170, and it does most of the same stuff, why would you pay $400 for a Cricut maker if you could buy this for less than half the price? All right, let's check out some comments here. All right, I love Hawthorne Supply Fabrics. The prices are a little higher, but they have a fabulous clearance area, and I find fabric there a lot. Very reasonable. All right, I'm guessing you're asking about the cutter machine. All right, sorry, I think my camera just did that thing again. I don't know, this is happening every 20 minutes or 15 minutes where it just cuts out for a minute and then it comes back. Are you asking about the cutting machine? I don't know if it would work on marine vinyl. I think they would probably have to have some sort of knife blade attachment, and I don't even know what accessories it has, so I'm not really sure. All right, good integrity, thank you. Yeah, and that's why I decided to put those policies in place. One, I had some frustrating experiences myself with companies trying to control too much of what I was doing, and I thought their contracts were pretty ridiculous. So at this point, the only type of sponsorship I'm considering is paid ad reads. So kind of like with podcasts, how they take a commercial break and then they read an ad from the sponsor. I like those because it has nothing to do with the content. And I feel like the audience can more clearly differentiate what's the content and then what's the ad, instead of wondering is this whole thing an ad? I don't know. So at this point, the only one I'm considering is paid ad reads. So if you are an established company and you are interested in doing something with me here at the Sewing Report, and you're interested in doing paid ad reads, I would be open to that. But I even have a few parameters for that. One, you have to be a company I've heard of. I've gotten a lot of weirdo Amazon sellers, and they're very sketchy. So I have not done any of those. So it's got to be like a brand that's like been around for a while and that people know what it is. So if you just have like a random Amazon storefront, no. But if you are like a company that everyone knows, then possibly. All right, thank you for your transparency. I work in marketing with YouTube partners for a technology brand, and unfortunately know the shady side of it. Yeah, I've had some weird experiences with that whole thing. A great way to try it out. Can't wait to see what you think. I'm very curious. Yeah, I'm very curious about it too. Yeah, I meant work. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, autocorrect. I'll keep an eye out for your review if they said it. Yeah. So yeah, and I don't even know. They haven't given me any updates like on, or any like sort of shipping information. They asked for my address. That was about it. So, I mean, I don't even know. So that's the update with the Locklick Crafter, if you've been wondering about that. The other thing I do want to share with you, again, if there is a sponsor, it's going to be the Sewing Report Etsy shop. Just a quick shameless plug for sewing and craft supplies. Here. Okay, so one, I am having there's a sale on a few items. So I do still have a few holiday sewing kits from last year, and those are currently 10% off. I also have some really cute tulip pink thread, and that is 10% off. These Sew Tights magnets, guys, like, I can't even keep these in stock. You keep buying them, and I really do like the product. This has been like a huge seller. The popular peppermint half yard bundle, this comes with 5 different prints of the peppermint fabric. That is currently 10% off, so that's a good deal if you've been looking to pick up some really cute holiday fabric. I have one left of the hibiscus fat quarter bundle. I think it's by like it's by like Riley Blake or something. It's really cute. So I've got one of those left, and that has free shipping. I just got these really cute Kona fat quarter bundles. This is like kind of similar to the Cloud9 Glimmer solids. They're so one side has the glimmer woven into the fabric, and then the other side is more of like a regular solid. So it kind of does double duty. I really love these colors. I feel like this is a great like kind of neutral bundle. I also just got in some Kloss metallic needles. I've been using this for embroidery with metallic thread. Works pretty well, so I just got a few of those in. So lots of like new stuff in here. If you're interested in picking some stuff up, this is the Luxe Sparkle Vinyl. I think this product, so far working with it, it's pretty good. And I got a bunch of different colors. So if you are looking for something to take your embroidery applique up to the next level, this might be a good thing for you. I use this tool a lot. This is the Clover Straight Tailorzol. I use it for a couple things. If I need to poke a hole in fabric, like for like attaching hardware or something like that, I use that. I also have been using it over at the sewing machine to hold fabric in place close to the needle. So kind of a multi-use tool. I have these really cute packages of tulip pink webbing. And these would be great for bags, I think, or like small projects. Real fun stripe colors. I still have a few of these stripe it up zippers. So yeah, lots of new stuff. And I just ordered a bunch of new fabric. So that will be coming to the shop really soon. All right, we got a comment. Veronica, I do actually think that the vinyl would work pretty well for bag making. It's not quite as thick as some of the other glitter vinyl canvas fabrics I've worked with, but I do think it would work. It's a little bit on the thinner side, so maybe more for like cosmetic pouches or like clutch bags, small things, accent pieces. But you can machine wash it, and it is iron safe. And by iron safe, I really mean like I've tried it out. You can't really like glide the iron over the vinyl, but if your iron touches the vinyl, it doesn't damage it at all. I've been trying it out. So that's kind of incredible. So yeah, lots of new stuff over on the Etsy shop. This is one of my favorite newer products. This is the magic pins for flat head. So this is like, I love the magic pins already, but having a flat head I have really found comes in handy. So that's been kind of awesome. So yeah, there's a lot of really great new things. And I do want to talk a little bit about plans I have for kind of a live shopping event. This is something I've been kind of thinking about for a while. So, okay. Oh, we got a couple of great new comments. Okay, I am also a plus size sewist, and depending on the width of the fabric, 3 yards is often not enough. I really like your sweater too. Thank you. So I got this from Lily Pulitzer. Never ordered anything from that company at all before, but they were having a really banger sale. So I picked this up on a sale and I'm loving it. So yeah, normally it is a little bit expensive, but they were having like this really like unbelievable sale. So I happened to get pretty lucky. So I do want to talk about some plans. So if you're not aware, doing giveaways on social media, oh, excuse me, all right, my nose. So I haven't really eaten much today, so I got to get some food in a little bit, but it'll be okay. I guess if I get really desperate, I can always eat this pumpkin or something. So, but it's really hard to do giveaways on social media because there are so many laws and FTC, Federal Trade Commission guidelines that you have to follow. So like, it's been really tricky for me. I would like to do, like I have a lot of stuff I could actually give away, but doing giveaways legally online is pretty tricky. So I've come up with kind of a creative workaround. So here's what I'm planning to do sometime in the next few weeks. I'm going to have a live shopping event here on the YouTube channel. And what I plan to do is have special promotions for everyone who is actually watching the live stream. So I'm going to do this. I'm planning to do this on a Sunday, so hopefully more people will be able to tune in. So it'll be kind of like a QVC network, HSN type thing, but I feel like I will be able to actually do some free promotions to customers who purchase during the live stream. So what I'm planning to do is, oh, excuse me, sorry, have a few different, so like if you order, so everyone who orders regardless during the live stream is going to get a small free gift with purchase. So you got to be watching the live stream to get this promotion. And then what I'm also going to do is if you place an order for like a certain threshold, so if you're not aware, orders over $35, I do offer free shipping. Orders over $50 are going to get to choose a free item. So what I'm going to do during the live stream is basically show everyone all of the free promotional items. So you'll have like a choice. So I have a lot of like things that like companies have sent, like it could be anything from stuff companies have sent me extra. So maybe I'll do like, so whoever was asking me about scrap bundles, maybe I'll make some scrap bundles up and that will be one of the free items. So I'm going to have a bunch of different things to choose from for anyone who orders any order that's over $50 or more, you will get to choose your freebie. So basically, it's going to be very interactive. So like how you guys are chatting right now, you'll be chatting me like, I'm going to ask for your first name, your order number, and then which free item you want. And then I'm going to be trying, I got to figure out the logistics of this, but I kind of just wanted to share, kind of workshop this, share like what I'm brainstorming. I'm going to be keeping track of who wants what, and then you will be getting that free item with your whatever you ordered. So I got some sewing patterns. I've got like little sewing notions, and I do think I want to try to do some like scrap fabric bundles. So if you want one of those, so I'm going to have two different tiers. One is for orders of $50 or more. You'll get to choose a freebie. And for orders of $100 or more, this is going to be kind of a limited thing because I only have so many. But you see this necklace I'm wearing? Now this is a, if you can't see, this is a scissor and heart necklace. It's really cute. I feel like it's a good gift for the sewing lover. So I think I ordered 10 of them. So I'm going to have 10 of those to give away to anyone who orders. So if you place a $100, or again, this is for US only, I only ship within the United States. It's too complicated to do it internationally. But if you order $100 or more during the live stream, you will get to choose a free item, plus you'll get a necklace. Again, while supplies last for all of this stuff. And the good thing is you'll be able to know in real time when I run out of stuff, because I'll announce it. I'll say, hey, I only have 2 necklaces left or whatever, or this item is gone. So in real time, you'll be able to see like what's no longer available. So hopefully that kind of helps. So I'm really excited about this. I got this idea kind of recently. I was like, that'd be kind of fun. And if you don't know, I had a very short stint working at the Home Shopping Network, and I was addicted to the QVC network as a kid. So I feel like this is kind of perfect for me. Plus, I figure this is kind of a fun way to do a giveaway without doing a giveaway, if you get my drift. Because it's just so hard to, guys, it's so hard to, like, you have to have like legal, like consultants on retainer to, like, and here's the thing, I will say this, a lot of the people doing giveaways online are breaking the rules. Like, so people are doing it anyways, but they're not realizing that they're actually not doing it legally. So a lot of people do giveaways, but they're not following all the FTC guidelines. So technically the FTC could penalize them for doing their giveaway because it's not within all of the parameters. All right, let's see. Got a few more comments. Coffee with Kelsey. Yes, I'm looking like, and I don't know how long this stream is going to be, but like, as long as I still got stuff to give away, I'll like, maybe it'll be like an 8-hour stream. I don't know. I'm going to need to like have a lot of coffee for that, but I feel you. I like coffee too. So that's something I got to get together all the like logistics for that, but I'm hoping to do that in early November. Hoping. So before Thanksgiving and before winter break and everything. The shopping live stream sounds so, yes. So I am excited because, and here's the thing, I like this because like only people watching the live stream will be able to get these promotions. So I thought this would be a fun way to show some love for the Sewing Report community here. And yeah, so I got to figure out, yeah, so this is going to sound strange, Jamie. I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably have to like, I might have like Post-it notes or something where I put which order number goes with which freebie. The other thing is maybe I could just have like a notepad and a pen and then literally write down the order number and then what they wanted. And then, but yeah, in real time, I'll be able to update you like, hey, this freebie is no longer available. So-and-so took it. So I think this will be fun. And this will also kind of help me destash a lot of items I have. Like, again, these are brand new items, like never been used. Why not give it away to you guys and, hopefully, spread a little holiday cheer in the process. So, and if this goes well, I will do it again. I promise you, if this goes well, and there's a lot of participation, If there's a lot of participation, I will certainly do this again. Yes, Jamie, so I didn't really announce this, but I've been kind of giving away necklaces to people who order over $100. So Jamie is a repeat customer. Thank you very much. Big shout out to Jamie because she is probably like my best Etsy shop customer. So I try to, like, if someone's a frequent customer, I really try to throw in a few extras with the order. So yes, thank you so much. I felt like this would be a fun thing to do. And it would be a good way for me to like give some free gifts, so kind of think of this as like a free gift with purchase kind of deal. But because like with some of the items, I was like, I don't know, like what if this person doesn't want this? I like the idea of you being able to choose which free item you want. So this is all going to be live and it's going to be very interactive. So you're going to be talking to me in the chat and saying, hey, I'm Jamie with order 504782. and I would like the simplicity pattern, 1776 or whatever it is, so I have a bunch of sewing patterns. So this is kind of a crazy story, but a while ago, they were like the McCall's like Simplicity Vogue group was having like this killer sale. So I ordered like duplicates of a bunch of patterns. So I think that will be one of the freebie, like I'll have a bunch of sewing patterns. I'll have sewing notions. I'm going to actually make up some small fabric bundles for like one of the free items. And I've got a couple other like, fun things. I've got some I've been also giving away like little notebooks with orders, stuff like that. I also ordered like a bunch of these really cool water bottles. So I suppose I could give those away. And I will say, these water bottles, they're from moo.com. These were like $40 each. These were not cheap. I got a great deal. I've gotten so many moo.com referrals that I've gotten like a bunch of free gift cards. So I've been using like the free gift cards to just buy random stuff from moo.com to give away. And I've also been using moo.com. There is a link down below in the description box. You can get, I believe, 25% off your first order with my coupon code. But I've been using moo.com for all of the like Sewing Report branded stuff. So all of like the stickers for the packaging and that kind of stuff. So lots of fun, all the business cards. All right, here we go. Got some more comments. I'm shocked. Yeah, okay, so Escape Ton Mom. Okay, yeah, I'm shocked about fabric.com too. Yeah, and I know some people have not had the best customer service from fabric.com, or they've gotten like weird mix-ups. I personally have not had any like really bad, I have not had any like bad experiences, so I don't know. All right. Oh, Jamie. All right. Maybe offer 3 different bundles and they can note option 1, 2, 3 and the notes on their order. Okay. Yeah, I got to try to figure this out. The other thing I'm going to have to do is I have to like for the fabric bundles. So like the fabric bundles that I offer in the Etsy shop now, I don't like cut 20. Like I might have like 3 of them. And then as my stock gets low, I'll cut more bundles. But I'm probably going to have to I'm going to have to do a lot more prep work and cut more of the fabric bundles in advance of the live stream, just in anticipation, hopefully, of people ordering them. Yes, Jamie is awesome. Jamie is like so sweet, and I really greatly appreciate all of the support she's given to the Sewing Report. Oh, thank you, Jamie. I try to give like halfway decent free gifts in the packages, and that's the thing, like, for me, this live shopping event is not really like a moneymaker either, because by the time I give away all the freebies and stuff, like, whatever, and like I had to pay for all of the necklaces, but I also really the purpose behind it is to try to give some perks to viewers. So I wanted to try to, offer some great deals and offer a way to give back to you, the audience, by doing this. So hopefully that's what this turns into. So, okay. Yes, I do ship fast, although if I do, like, I don't know. I think one scary thing about doing something like this is that I don't know how many orders will happen. So like, I think after the shopping event, and I'll tell you guys in real time, like if I get 100 orders, it may take a few days to pack everything up. So, normally I'm able to ship very fast because I'm only getting like, 2 orders a day. So that's not really that big of a workload. So I'll let you guys know in real time during the stream though, how bogged down I am. So hopefully you have some idea of what's going on. Simone is here. Yes, Simone also got a necklace because she placed a very generous order. So I'm glad you liked all the extras. And one good thing is that for me as a shop owner is that because I'm able to order things at wholesale prices, it also doesn't cost me as much to offer some of these free items. Like these necklaces cost X amount and I'm supposed to sell them for double that. But if they're a free item with the order, then, it's a lot more doable for me to give these freebies away if I'm buying them wholesale. So that's a good thing. And I'm actually really glad I've been able to do that because, hopefully I'm like the whole goal with the Etsy shop is to offer value, so, again, this is not, but like, it's not really a significant source of income for me, but I have had fun doing it. I've learned a lot. And yeah, I think this will be a lot of fun. And the other thing I want to share with you, I posted something on the community tab and also on Instagram, but I am getting fairly close to 100,000 subscribers. I just crossed 96,000 this week, which is super cool. My goal for this year is to get to 100,000 subscribers. So if y'all can help me with that, I would be eternally grateful. I normally get about 1,000 new subscribers per month. So that's a bit of a stretch goal for me, getting to 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Right now I'm on track to do it like probably around February, but I'm going to offer a challenge to you, the Sewing Report audience and community. If I can get to 100,000 subscribers before the end of this year, so if I can do it before December 31st, 2022, I will have the best sale on Etsy that I've ever done. So if I can reach this goal and you can help me get there, I'm going to put the entire shop on sale for one day. So for one day, I don't know what day it would be. I'll have to figure that out. But if I reach 100K before the end of the year, I will do a banger of a one-day sale, and then I will definitely do another live shopping event, maybe with some more, fun promotions. So if you're wondering how you can help me get there, let me tell you. First of all, if you're watching this stream and you have not subscribed already to the Sewing Report, that would be one way to help me. Believe it or not, this is pretty common with YouTube. Most of the views on a YouTube channel are from non-subscribers. So it's literally 90%. So if you're subscribed, you're in the minority because only about 10% of my views on YouTube all the time come from subscribers. So, and I get it. Not everyone wants to subscribe to a channel. Sometimes you want to watch a video and move on with your life. I totally get it. If you are watching this and you're not subscribed and you'd like to help out, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for all of the notifications. That really helps me out. It also really helps me out just with engagement on the videos, watching videos, hitting the like button, leaving a comment, chatting like you all are in the live chat right now. That really helps. Clicking on the video, but yeah, just watching the videos in general really helps me as a creator. So if I can get to 100,000 subscribers before the end of this year, I'm going to have a fantastic one-day only site-wide Etsy shop sale, and then I will do another live shopping event. So if you can help me get there, if you can help me, I will help you, if that makes sense. Okay, let's read some more comments. Okay. I started watching you a short time ago. My first video I watched was about the glide thread. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things now. I ordered it and love it. I want more. I watch you all the time now. So glad you survived the hurricane. Thank you so much, Veronica. Yes, we really didn't get hardly anything from Hurricane Ian. Unfortunately, it was not the same for our neighbors to the south. So thoughts for those people because they really got screwed. And that's where, they're south of us a couple hours, definitely very devastating. And, it's living in Florida. It's always a little bit of a roulette wheel. All right, share away. Yes, thank you so much. And you and us, yes, and that's the thing. I've been on YouTube for 6 years. And, and I try not to compare myself to other channels because every creator's journey is different. But 6 years is a long time without getting to 100,000 subscribers. So I would love to try to get and on my part too, I'm going to try to, I'm really trying to put out more videos than I normally do more live streams, and really try to, again, well, it's one thing for me to say, hey guys, subscribe and, you know, make sure, you know, you're helping me out. I also, as a creator, need to be bringing it too. So I'm really trying to put out as many videos as I can before the end of the year. I put out more projects, do more stuff. So we're gonna try. All right, will you be at the So Magical Expo? I have not heard of it. I will look it up. I don't know where it is, and I don't know anything about it. You know, if it's pretty close to me and like it's going on, I would definitely try to check it out. The closest, there's like the Sewing Expo that's typically in Lakeland. It's a little bit far, and I did go to it one year when I was living in Atlanta. But yeah, I'm definitely down to check out some more events if they're happening. And you know, and if you hear about it, leave it in a comment. You know, let me know about it, and I'll see what I live in the Tampa Bay area, so if it's kind of close, maybe. Okay. I'm probably not going to stand too much longer because I'm starting to get really congested, but I really appreciate everyone jumping on here. And if you're just joining in or, you know, you just got, okay, Debbie, thank you. So Debbie, you'll probably want to rewind a little bit on this stream. I gave a Locklet Crafter update. I am supposed to be getting a machine to review. I have not gotten it yet. But I have been in touch with the HTVRONT company, and they are supposed to be sending me a machine to do some videos with. And the good thing is that they have zero control over the content, so I can say whatever I want about it. So it will be they will be all non-sponsored videos. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, let's just one last time give a nod to the demise of Fabric.com. Fabric.com, we will miss you very much. Again, that's like literally one of the first places I ever discovered to buy fabric from, and I'm still bummed, you know? So we will miss you, Fabric.com. So I do have a few questions to ask you. If you're watching this on the replay or if you're in the live chat now, share your favorite online fabric stores, which I know some of you have been doing. And also, are you surprised Fabric.com is no more? Like, was this a shock to you? Did you see this coming? You know, and also let me know if you know, share some memories of Fabric.com. You know, let's eulogize this website and really, you know, give them a good send out, because that's what we're all about. Okay, we've got a couple more comments. Ooh. Okay, oh, it's at the Gaylord Hotel. Okay, I've actually been to the Gaylord before. I went to the ice, you know, that whole ice sculpture exhibit. My husband and I went there a few years ago. Gorgeous property, and we actually have been to the Gaylord in Tennessee. Beautiful hotel. All right, I'm gonna have to check that. All right, you're gonna have to have me Googling this. All right, So Magical. Okay, sorry, my camera did that weird thing. It does this like every 15 minutes. I'm really trying to work on my live stream setups. I don't know why my camera keeps doing this, but it does this like every few minutes. All right, so it's So Magical. All right, looks like fun. All right, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know how amenable they will be to vlogging, but maybe I'll do that. Yeah. All right, no worries, Debbie. I really appreciate you tuning in. And everyone who's tuning in, you know, hey, you could have spent your Thursday night, you know, doing anything, and you're here with me. Thank you for doing this live stream. Yes, I try, you know, this is called the Sewing Report. So if there's something really big going on, I try to jump on it as soon as I can get some like confirmed information. I did put some links down below in the description box. One is to the Amazon fabric shop that's now carrying what I presume is left of the Fabric.com stock. And the other one is to the Verge article that explains more about what's going on. I do have a video coming out on Sunday that I'm excited about. I interviewed a couple that does the most amazing cosplay creations ever. So I did like a really great long form interview with Cowbutt Crunchy's cosplay, and I've talked to them before on the channel. They're great. So I'm going to be releasing a conversation with them on Sunday, where they're going to share a lot more about them, how they got into cosplay, how they make all of their amazing creations. So and again, if you're not subscribed yet, now is your chance. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the Sewing Report if you enjoy all of these types of things. I do reviews, I do projects, I also do interviews and report on what's going on within the sewing community. So thank you all for joining me, and I will catch you guys again in the next one. But remember, I'm Jen with the Sewing Report. Whatever you're doing, make it fun.